Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend DG Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there. Hello, kids. Welcome back. You know what time it is. She's a little bit salty.
He's a whole lot of petty, and together we're the Salty and Petty Podcast. Duh.
That's right, kids. And this time we're going to talk the season 2 premiere of Invincible. Seems like it's been a minute since we got season 1.
No ticker?
Oh, well, I'll get there. So
you gotta watch the YouTube, kids.
Yeah, I was gonna say everyone listening to this on the audio is like, what? All right, so yeah, season 1 was back. I almost forgot how much I missed. Well, I knew I missed this show, but I forgot how good it is.
You know, I had to do the eye roll though. I was like, oh no, not another multiverse. This one's a little better though, but still.
It's not like Kirkman was like, oh, everyone's doing multiverse. I mean, this was...
No, this is yeah. But it's just like, oh, okay. I mean, it just came out at a time where... I think it makes sense for this to come out at the time that it did, though, because obviously, above all else, Invincible is a meta commentary on superheroes.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And it always highlights what works and what doesn't, and the tropes within said genre. So, yeah. I mean, I get it. But I'm burnt. Thank you, Marvel. I'm burned out on multiverses.
Oh my! But I thought, I guess were they teasing us? Because I didn't think we were gonna get a title card. We didn't get the title card till the end.
Oh my god! And like, it didn't dawn on me until I was like looking. I was like looking at season 1 and like the progression of blood on the title screens. It was all leading up to that fight with his dad. Mm-hmm. Crazy. Oh. I wonder what next episode's title card is going to be though.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
That's going to be interesting. But yeah, they said it like a million times, and I'm like, what the hell? No, it was like literally like 7 different people said it. He said it at the beginning. Rexplode said it. But they waited till the end, spoilers, when the villain says, I'm gonna kill.
Yes. Yes, because we finally got Angstrom Levy.
I don't think finally. Like I think that we had to tell the story that we had to tell to set up the rest of the universe to make this episode work and understand. And as I've always said, this kind of proves my point. Reed Richards is evil. He's just a ticking time bomb. Because that's who this guy is. Yeah. He's a mixture of Kang and Reed Richards. For those of us, if we want to put it in like the big 2 terms.
I mean, that's the other comic book trope where it's like, I'm going to get myself and all versions of myself from the multiverse together. What could go wrong?
You know, honestly, it was giving Thinker.
Yes.
From The Flash. And I was just like, ooh.
Oh, yeah. And it's like, I don't know why people think that that's ever going to go good. Because it's like, even if you're the best of people, it's like, there's an evil version of you out there somewhere.
Exactly, just hiding there, bro. But spoilers, he was the evil version.
I know. He's like, I'm a pacifist.
I was just like, wait a minute. This is if you knew the comics, like I think Invincible works best for people who have never read the comics because this would have been well, I mean, obviously it's a trope, but like, if you're just thinking, well, I mean, Mark's the ultimate bad guy, so,
Well, yeah, I kind of liked it where it's like I had read these, but not for a while since we like reviewed them. So I was like, oh yeah, extremely, it kind of at lost.
But they could have also done the twist where he was the good guy. That's the thing about adaptation. So I guess that's what makes it nice. It could go either way, but you start seeing the inklings of it, right? Well, like, oh no, he's definitely going to be the bad guy.
I mean, he is the bad guy, but I guess he had the best of intentions, but now he has like thousands of voices screaming.
That's Kang. That's Thanos. You know?
I know.
I just want a real bad guy like Nolan. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I just love a straight up bad guy. Like I hate a guy. The path to hell is paved with good intentions and all that, but like, want to try it. Again, that's why Lex Luthor is my favorite character.
I mean, it's Thanos. And the MCU didn't give people like the best Thanos who just wants to bang death, you know?
Exactly, with Deadpool, because I mean, it's like, well, we already had Brolin with freaking Ryan Reynolds, but it wasn't Thanos.
I mean,
oh my god, like it was like the same year. That's what made it so bad.
I mean, MCU Thanos is almost like an environmentalist. Oh, there's not enough natural resources.
He's Poison Ivy, ultimate goal. You know what I mean?
I mean, come on. It's like we need comic Thanos. It's like, you know, the ultimate emo goth. I would have been
exactly relatable Thanos.
Oh my,
relatable content for me.
No, you're more like, I want to bang and then give you death.
Yeah, a present to death.
Oh, shit. Death gives me weed.
Exactly. But yeah, I was just like, oh, like when we opened it, and I'm just like, okay. Clearly, the guy that he's fighting, he's already alive. So I'm just like, okay, multiverse.
Yes.
I think they should have tried to hide it a little bit better. I think. Maybe.
I think they did that in the comic though, where they opened up and it's like, oh yeah, him and the dad, or you know.
Yeah.
Although that's good, that is good timing, especially on this show, you know, because it's like it's right after the fight with his dad. You open the new season with that, everyone's like, what the hell? You know, what the hell's going on?
Yeah.
It's like, did he succumb, and you know, did he take his father?
Well, apparently, almost all his other multiverse variants did. So I think that's it, and it seems like they all had that fight. And we're beaten into submission, if you will. So I don't know. I think that's kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And you see Mark pull back his rage. He doesn't want to be like his dad, but is him being half his dad a ticking time bomb, and his mom is 6 sheets to the wind, drunk as fuck, depressed.
Well, I mean,
and she's depressed because she's still defining herself as his pet. Like, you know, you got to get over it, sister.
Well, I mean, come on. I mean, she loved them. I mean, she said they were together for 20 years.
And somebody told me they thought of me as a pet. Oh, you are dead fucking to me. 20 years or not, you are dead to me.
I mean, it's conflicting emotions, because it's like she loved this.
What are emotions, Phil? I only know rage and horniness. Sorry.
Oh, my. Oh, we know, Lilith. But I mean, you know, she loved this guy for 20 years. Then all of a sudden, it's like you wake up one morning. Oh, he's Space Hitler. Okay, you know that you're gonna be.
Babes, you knew. Deep down, she knew somewhere. That's all. Women always know. I'm just gonna be real with you. Some people just don't see the red flags and run.
She thought she had Superman. You know.
And I get it. It's like, oh, if Superman went evil, what does that mean for Lois Lane? Like, I don't care. Like, I'm gonna be real. I don't care about that character. She's the weakest of like love interest in a superhero story, unfortunately. Like, she just is.
Well, again,
next to Amber, but we'll get there probably this season.
But
poor Amber, and I guess that's the trope she's meant to fill. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, again, it's, you know, she's not ready for the superhero world. She may think
clearly she's not even Zendaya MJ. You know what I mean? Like, ooh, you know, like that's bad.
Oh, I know. And again, I mean, the whole thing is Mark's story, and you know, when you talk about the mom and Amber, I mean, it is Mark's story.
Yeah, but still.
It's the coming of age story.
Listen, I will always give Superman credit is that while I fell in love with Superman was his side characters. Jimmy used to have his own book. Lois used to have his own book. Hell, the dog even had its own book. You know what I mean? The world of Metropolis, may I remind you.
The world of Metropolis. Electric Bullet episode.
You're welcome. You're welcome for the setup.
You're welcome.
I peep in every now and then.
You knocked that volleyball over the net, man. I'll take it.
So that's what I'm just saying. Like, it's just like in this culture today, like we just don't have time for it, unfortunately, and that makes it fall a little flat for me. But like, it is what it is. It's still a great story. I still say read the comics after this show wraps up.
Oh yeah,
it did get renewed for a third season, so that makes me happy. But we are going on a break after 4 episodes, so it's like, what the hell, man?
That's why we didn't get. That's why we didn't get 2 or 3 premiere, episodes for the
Well,
premiere.
that's okay with me because, like, I like it to be like I have no self control because there's literally nothing on streaming anymore. So
You don't have self control now.
when it comes to binge watching TV, I'll do it. I'll do it. If it's like less than not say 13 episodes, I'll do it in a weekend, man.
I mean, there's probably other thoughts behind it, but anytime I see like they drop like 2 or 3 the first episodes at once, I'm always.
I say they're burning them, just like Gen V. They burned it. Like they didn't have any hope for the show, and then they found out that people actually like the show. They're like, shit, man.
Either
we
that,
blew our load, bro.
Whoa! Either that, or I'm always just like, wait, did they maybe not feel like the first episode's strong enough on its own that they have to drop 2 or 3 to?
Well, to be fair, in Gen V's case, it is a spinoff. It's a younger demographic that they're targeting, so I think that had a lot to do with it. Because Gen Z's like, all right, if you don't have anything else for me, I'm just gonna forget about it.
Yeah.
Is one thing too, and they want to generate buzz and think pieces, and it's just like a whole marketing machine now. So it's it goes with that. But like I definitely think like if it happens on HBO Max, oh yeah, they have no fucking faith in it. If it's like Max or like Peacock, yeah, they're just burning them. They're just burning them.
Yeah. That's what I keep forgetting Gen V's there. I gotta go back and watch that whole thing.
Yeah, and I think it's important just side note, I think it's important that if you haven't watched Gen V yet, don't start The Boys. I really highly suspect that it's going to tie into the next season of The Boys.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, that's why I was seeing memes and posts about Omni Man versus Homelander and stuff.
Yeah, well, home of the fucked up heroes. That's Amazon Prime. Honestly.
Uh-huh.
Every single one of their like superhero shows are kind of messed up.
Mm-hmm.
So,
oh yeah,
in the best way possible, obviously, but yeah, it's a theme, and it's kind of interesting, especially given the materials. Like they're using like brands from because they can't afford the other two. Obviously, the other two have their own studios, but still.
Yeah.
It's just really interesting the characters that they've chosen to the creators they've chosen to pull from. I think it says a lot.
Oh yeah,
because Netflix tried it with their Millar World, and ooh, that was a giant turd.
Yeah, what was the problem there? I never really watched those. So
it was ugly.
Really?
Threw you right out of the episode. Couldn't get into it.
Wow.
So unfortunate. Unfortunate.
You mean just the cinematography was ugly, or the story was ugly? What was it?
No. Like the character design. Oh. It was so uncanny valley. It was not even funny. Oh, like if you think Doom Patrol, and I loved the first 2 seasons of Doom Patrol, right? Mm-hmm. But it got a little tedious. That's a little like their character design's a little off-putting. But if you know the comics, that's the point. But like, if you know the property that they were basing that on, and you're like excited to see how it translates, and you look at it and you're just like, oh no, can't do it. I gave it 5 minutes and had to turn it off. It was just I couldn't look at it. It was so unfortunate.
Oh damn.
Yeah. So that's why I say animation, and and I think it's kind of funny that well, it's adult animation. It's fine. Don't be afraid of it. Like The Simpsons has been on for a millennium at this point. Just lean into it, man. I mean, even Bob's Burger has carved out its niche for like 10 years. Family Guy, for God's sakes. Like. It's okay. Just do adult animation. I don't want to bring up the show that shouldn't be named, but even Rick and Morty carved its niche out, and it's still doing relatively well.
I mean, I've never been able to get into Bob's Burgers. I think because of the animation style. I don't know.
It's subversive in that it's the subverted expectations of Family Guy and Simpsons, and it has its charm now because like that has become the norm, and this has become the anti Simpsons of the bungling dad and things like that. So I get I couldn't get into Archer for a while because of the animation style, but like once you like I said, I saw Bob's Burger the movie, which obviously when you have a movie, it's more cinematic, it's more shading, it looks better, and that's what kind of pulled me in. And I can now stand to watch a couple of minutes of Bob's Burgers because of the movie, but watch the movie first. I'd say watch the movie first. It's a really good movie. You don't have to go in knowing anything. It's just a really good movie.
it's so funny because it's like, I know Lucas says he doesn't want to watch The Simpsons, and I'm like, why? He's like, it's scary.
It's ugly.
Well, he goes, that's kind of it's the look. He goes, it's scary. He goes, they're all yellow and stuff.
Yeah, like, which was the draw. See, since I love that generational divide. Bart Simpson, like, where is their hair? I totally get it. Like, yeah, I totally like when you start thinking about it. It's like, yeah, they do. Well, and they do live in a nuclear city that has had many explosions. They're mutants. Everybody there's a mutant. Okay.
That kid, yeah, people. My 10-year-old, he's like, why are they yellow? It's weird.
They're all jaundice. Don't drink the water. That is so fascinating. You know what? I'm gonna have to ask my little cousins when I go home for Christmas what they think about certain stuff that I grew up with. Like, is this scary? I know, like, the animation style definitely doesn't hold up. It's only because the people that grew up watching it are still watching it. Yeah, I don't think Simpsons has had a new fan in like 20 years, bro.
No, they're still coasting on the old ones, you know.
Definitely, but this animation style I really enjoy. Yeah, I love all the character designs. And I love that you remember in the first episode of season 1 where they're like offering Mark the outfit for Invincible and he turns it down. We see Bulletproof with that outfit. He's basically Earth's version of Invincible, I guess was the implication of that. Because he's bulletproof, invincible, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, and you were talking the animation style. It's like, yeah, this is animated so well because, you know, sometimes you like watch something.
It looks better than the first season, which I found kind of fascinating. Which I mentioned in the Adam Eve special. I was like, is this going to translate? And I don't think it's a new studio. I think they're just playing more. So they're putting in a little more effort. I don't know. It's a lot more smooth.
Or is that maybe two? I mean, what they had time, but it's like the numbers were probably good, right? So like maybe they upped the budget or something, maybe
something. But yeah, it definitely looks it's definitely a uptick in quality from season 1. So
oh yeah, it's smooth because I mean sometimes you watch stuff and you can tell, like you could see the character, you could literally see the character just like slapped on the background and stuff. You don't see that here.
Yeah, or they fall back on reusing a lot of the same animations, which is annoying.
Oh, I hate
when you're kind of an animation snob. So.
Yeah, or like when you watch it, you're like, wait a minute, we've seen this flying scene the whole.
It's giving Hanna-Barbera in the 70s, okay? Like,
he's going past that same building every episode. What the
exactly. Yeah, I enjoy it. Everybody's kind of worried about him. He's trying to put his life back together. And oh my God, his bully was like, I'm sorry about your dad. And I'm like, it's giving Flash Thompson and Amazing Spider-Man.
I know. I mean, I think they did it in the comic too, but yeah, that's funny. It's like, oh, you know, and Amber's just like, okay, he gets it.
The Battle of Chicago is giving the Battle of New York, Battle of Metropolis. Like, it's just, you know, this aftermath of what it means. And of course, they're life without Omni-Man. I'm like, well, little do you know, you're better off for now. Anyway.
Well, yeah.
Till he comes back.
Well, yeah, I think that's the unspoken thing that no one on Earth wants to talk about. It's like, well, what if he comes back? It's like, you know, he almost beat Invincible to death. Who's going to stop this guy?
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's the thing they want the audience to forget, but it's like, you know, this guy could come back at any moment.
Any moment.
Yeah.
And then it's like, so that's hanging over our heads, but like, I thought Angstrom was such a good character to open on the season with.
Oh yeah. It's like,
I do agree with the choice. His use of the clones, okay.
Oh, the Maulers.
They're easily manipulated. I love that for him.
Well, yeah, I mean, is that Clone Saga trope? What, you know, the Maulers? It's like, you're the clone. No, you're the clone.
And it's interesting because if you look in the battle where they're beating Invincible to death, like there's a clone that doesn't have an arm, so that means they're committed to the bit. It's giving the prestige where the guy cuts his finger off, so they can't sell. Spoilers, but it's 20 years old, so fuck you. You know. To keep up the bit, you gotta be committed to the bit, and you gotta love it.
F you if you have a life and you ever watch this 20-year-old movie. F you.
I mean, babes, it has freaking Batman and Wolverine in it, and it was directed by Christopher Nolan. If you have not seen it yet, I'm sorry. You're done. You're done. It's a great movie, and everybody should have watched it by this point. It's all that I'm saying. It was literally, and this is what pisses me off. That movie is so damn good. It happened between Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises. And I'm like, you couldn't put your efforts into making a better third movie? You give us this masterpiece instead? That's what pisses me off the most about The Prestige.
What the F?
Anyway.
Batman. My favorite character.
Seriously though, it has freaking... Bro, it has Wolverine and Batman. Like, yeah. And Scarlett Johansson. So, like...
Oh, there you go. Okay.
So, like, what are you even doing if you haven't seen this movie? This is a peak Scarlett Johansson. I'm talking country music singing Scarlett Johansson before Marvel got their hands on Scarlett Johansson. That's my favorite version of Scarlett Johansson. No tea, no shade.
Scarlett Johansson, what happened? Now she's married to Colin Jost.
Yeah, I mean, good for her. Hopefully. Again, a man will embarrass you. If you have learned nothing from Invincible, a man will lie to you for 20 years and embarrass the fuck out of you. Just, you know.
Wow, someone has... Well, we knew someone had issues with relationships, but damn, someone has issues.
I'm just saying, it's proven points. Points are made in this show.
Well, it's like, this is why I'd never date an alien.
As far as I know, anyway.
You know, that one time, that was trouble.
Those are tentacles.
All right.
They were more like suction cups.
Wow. Whoa.
It's called hentai. It's an art form.
Suck.
Anyway, yeah. I enjoyed this episode. It gave us a lot to think about. I don't know. I like that the show is different but the same. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I just like their approach to it. I like the characters. I hope people who haven't read the comic find it easy to follow and be drawn in because it is built on those tropes, but it does subvert expectations, but not like in the cheesy, corny way. It's just like, you know, he had a love for the art form, and it just really shows. Mm-hmm. And I love that the adaptation, because sometimes that love can be translated as can come across as like sarcastic or, you know, actually like hate. But I think this show does a good way of showing that he loves the genre, and it's a love letter. Mm-hmm. But elevated. It's like he's not afraid to take shots. Like, you know, he doesn't sugarcoat some things. It's like really funny. It's like, well, yeah, I mean, why is Superman so good besides the fact that he was raised in Kansas and cornbread fed? You know, like.
Well, that's it.
Without Red K, you know.
I mean, and again, it's like
my Red K wasn't even as bad as freaking Omni-Man. Let's be real. It's like, oh, he had a beer. Oh my god.
Oh, I hurt some people's feelings.
That's all I'm saying. My Superman is built different. Okay.
I mean, it's like that Harley Quinn.
Even Captain America joined Hydra. That's all I'm saying.
It's like that Harley Quinn Valentine's Day special, man. He's like Bane humping those buildings, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Kirkman, he takes like the superhero tropes and just, you know, spins them into a story. It's like, oh yeah, you know, clones and multiverse and, you know, super, you know,
everything that we're like kind of tired of. I feel like it felt a little fresh, but I did like literally because I know the story and I was just like, oh.
And then in the comics, he did it like how many years ago? So yeah,
so many years ago. Like, and what's crazy is when he did it in the comics, it was actually a lull. Kind of, we had been done with the ultimate verse, the ultimate universe in Marvel, and then we were. It was before. I think it was before Multiversity when the multiverse in the DC universe kind of made its ugly reappearance, which led to Convergence, which is, again, Superman's marriage and his kid is the only good thing that ever came out of Convergence. So, God, pull the log on that fucking thing, man. Like, when we did Convergence, it was a slog every single time.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man, it was World's Finest episodes. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Casual Friday Superman. That's awesome.
Oh. I do think that electric mullet is really cute, though. I think you guys are doing a good job.
Oh, thank you. That's all I want. That's all I live for is Lilith's approval. Good job.
Well, that's not my particular favorite era of Superman, so.
Well, I mean, we're gonna.
But I forgot how much good was actually in it. It's just it's just that art and the cop out at the end. It just pisses me off every time. Unlike this show.
Yeah. Oh, yes. I
don't think there's an episode that I haven't liked, honestly. But again, these seasons are pretty short, and I'm kind of thankful for that. I think animated shows should be short. Like, I think I grew up in an era where they literally greenlit cartoons for anywhere between 65 to 100 episodes, and they would just literally play them over and over and over again.
Oh, yeah.
And that worked for linear broadcast television, but like when you're doing like prestige level TV, I get it. It keeps the budget tighter. It gives you more opportunity for things to look better, pay your people more. I'm coming around on it. Okay, I'm starting to feel a little British, but it's okay.
Oh, jeez. Again, it's modern TV, especially streaming and stuff. Oh. I mean, especially with their budgets. I mean.
Yeah, Amazon. Amazon alone, like their TV and movie department is staggering. That it's not Disney, it's not Warner, it's Amazon. Like Amazon is in Jeff Bezos. They have more money than Warner Discovery Bros.
Yeah, what was it? Is it Max? I saw that like they were cutting some stuff.
They're always cutting stuff. Ever since they had that merger, they are always constantly cutting stuff.
So yeah, someone had posted it's like now it's like you can only have 2 screens instead of 3, and it's like I think
and it costs more. It's like $2 more.
Yeah, and it's like I think you can only get HD quality video. It's like you can't get the 4K quality video or something now.
Yeah, as soon as my because I still had it when it was HBO Max, and they gave us like 6 months. So as soon as that 6 months is up, I'm dropping it. There's nothing I watch on there. Like, oh, I guess I'll just watch South Park on Comedy Central. Like, what the fuck do I care?
Yeah. I mean,
Paramount Plus and Peacock looking better and better every day.
I mean, what does Max have at this point except for like Harley Quinn?
Oh, damn it. I mean, yo ho ho and a bottle of rum, I'll be fine.
I mean, you can always drop it till it comes back on. Then
I don't play that game. Oh. Either you have enough content for me to constantly watch, or I don't pay for you. And like honestly, let's all be real. The only reason we have Prime is because, well, for shipping. And it's just like, oh, yeah. TV shows and music, cool. Mm-hmm. Like half the people don't even use it. Oh, and free movie tickets.
Yeah. Lil's like, I don't play that, subscribe to one, drop it, subscribe, drop it. She's like, I'll get drunk. It'll be 6 months later, and I paid for 6 months.
Exactly. I don't. Either you have enough content for the whole year, or you don't. Although I'm not gonna lie, I did sign up for CB All Access for one TV show, and that was Evil. And then it turned into Paramount Plus and Star Trek. So I was like, ooh, nice. And then, the Kevin Costner world, and then they actually have a really great back catalog. So, if you don't have Paramount Plus, give it a chance. Like, sign up for Walmart Plus, and it's free for, 6 months, just saying.
Yeah. Have you been, speaking of that, have you been watching Lower Decks, Star Trek Lower Decks?
Babes, I don't watch that.
Okay.
I didn't watch Prodigy. Well, I watched a little bit of Prodigy. I thought it was cute, but Lower Decks is a little too... They're too meta. They're too on the nose for me. It's a little grating.
Yeah, even me, it's like I can't watch it week to week. I have to let it build up at least 2 or 3 before I'll watch it.
And that's what I did with the last season. I was just like so tedious because I was like, oh, they're doing the crossover. I should probably watch it. And I was just like, I hope we don't cross over into the end. I was hoping that Captain Pike and his crew didn't get turned into cartoons and they had to go there. Like I had before we saw the preview and stuff, I was just like wondering what that would look like. I was like, oh, thank God. Oh, thank God.
Oh my God. But yeah, it's like, I didn't watch this week's yet, but it was continued from last week. They brought in at the end of last week's Robert Duncan McNeil, not to play Tom Paris, but Nick Locarno.
Oh, they did the thing. They did the thing. Did he finally get out of his jungle prison?
I said I haven't watched this week's yet, but yeah, he just shows up at the very end of last week's. Yeah,
that is funny as hell.
Because they're like, oh yeah, there's like a list that somebody's going after all these names, and his name was on the list. Thomas Riker's name was on the list. I wonder.
You're gonna leave Thomas Riker alone. He did nothing wrong.
I wonder
leave him
I know Frakes is probably gonna be in here eventually, but it was like, you know,
I'm surprised it's taking them this long. Look, Daddy Frakes loves to pop up in a Star Trek. So him and LeVar Burton, they're like the OGs of popping up in something.
Frank showed up. What was that? Was it the end of the first season, or what? Or was it one of the seasons? Yeah, he showed up at the end. You know, it was just as Riker. You know, Will Riker. But
yeah, no, we don't talk about Thomas Riker.
But it's so funny. They had this list of like possible targets. They're like, "Oh, Beverly Crusher and 7 of 9 are on here. We're gonna meet them." And the captain's like, "No."
Jerry Ryan would do it. She did Picard. I don't know about the act. I don't know about the actress that played Crusher, Dr. Crusher.
I think the joke was just that they're like, "Oh no, there's enough people guarding them. No, there's a lot of people signing up for that. No, we have to go after like Ricardo."
Yeah. Again, that animation style as well, not for me.
Yeah. It's a little.
This is for somebody who watches Family Guy. The bar is in hell. So when I tell you the animation style is not for me.
But it's so weird though, just a shock because all other Trek is so serious, and it's like, yeah, this one.
That's the joke, right? And I think that joke got worn thin with me way too often.
Well, that's like when they did the crossover. I'm like, how are they going to do that? I'm like, just like the tones are so. It's like
and it was grating. Like, listen, I love the actresses. Y'all know, I love me some Jack. I do.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
I love the whole Quaid family, even Randy. So, but and I like him in his live action stuff. But that, I don't know, it's just something about Prodigy.
I felt when Anson Mount as Captain Pike was rolling his eyes, those were real eye rolls.
Oh, they were. He's like, I can't believe you guys made me do this and the singing episode, you sons of bitches.
I know.
It's like, I could be making Marvel money.
God, I wonder when we're getting Strange New Worlds back. I mean, with the strike and everything, that's going to be
2026.
I was going to say at least 2025.
Nah, 2026, because you got they're still on strike technically.
I know. Oh my God, yeah. Last night when Will and I talked to Ben Robb, Capes and Lunatics episode 312, he was saying like the episode this week. I don't know if you watched it yet. With the LA riots, did you watch that one?
Oh no, not yet.
Quantum Leap. He said, I guess they filmed it before the strike because he was like, it was like right before the strike. He's like, yeah. He's like, then it was like 5 months before we could even watch it. Like watch it or work on it. And I was like, that's gotta suck. Because it was a good Ernie Hudson episode too. I was like, oh man, that would drive me crazy.
Yeah. Ugh, I mean, just pay the people. What the hell, studios?
But yeah, I was gonna say, watch that episode today, Lil, because yeah, it is a good Ernie Hudson one.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I have to, obviously.
Yeah.
Spoilers, we're doing a little something about Quantum Leap for Salty and Petty. So
yes, we're gonna cover the first half of the season.
So yeah, but just chef's kiss. I love this episode. I think it was really fun and clever. Even though it is going over those old tired tropes at this point, I thought it was a really good take. I enjoyed it.
And again, I mean, we kind of have to do the tropes because this is what he did in the bowl. I mean, again, you can make stuff up, but it's like it's kind of what he did in the bowl.
Yeah, I like that it's pretty straightforward. Like they really haven't changed too much.
Mm-hmm.
And if they have, it's because of actors and how we feel about actors having to play their ethnicity. The voice actor has to match. So
Oh yeah, Steven Yeun.
Totally fine with me. I don't care.
Yes. But it's like,
there's so many people, and I love a good Kevin Michael Richardson voiceover, right?
Oh,
and shout out to Greg Griffin, who is like, people always talk about Tara Shaw, but not enough people talk about Greg Griffin. She does a lot of voices in Invincible, man.
Oh yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, this cast is really
stacked. It's honestly stacked. It's so good.
Oh yeah, Zachary Quinto.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Baby Spock himself.
Oh my, well, not anymore. We got a new Baby Spock.
That's Spawn Spock.
And of course, it's superhero animation, so Kari Payton has to be on here.
Exactly. Exactly.
Ain't Clancy Brown.
What would it be without Clancy Brown, honestly? It's so funny. Like I know him as a voice actor first and foremost. So like anytime I see him in like live action, I'm like the voice just doesn't match. Like that guy is a tank.
Oh yeah.
Like when you go to college, it's just like you're a voice actor.
Well, again, yeah, these guys who do both. I mean, of course, the biggest example in this show, J.K. Simmons.
Yeah. God, he's been bald for as long as I've been alive.
Oh yeah, well that's the Patrick Stewart effect. You know, he seemed old since we've known him because he went bald in his 20s or 30s.
Yeah, it's so funny.
But again, I mean that's work for some of those guys. You know, if you can play the old guy for 40, 50 years, you know.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Play the dad for 40, 50 years. That's
so. What do you think's going to be the twist of the season? Like there has to be something because it is an adaptation. What do you think they're going to change from?
Maybe when we see Nolan again, or we're going to change that up somehow.
Can we? Because that's so impactful.
Yeah, but maybe just the circumstances of how we see him again.
Okay.
Maybe the twist on that. I don't know.
How far down bad do you think the mom's going to get with her alcoholism? You think they're actually going to show that? Because that arc was bleak, bro.
Yeah, I know. I mean, well, again, it's streaming, it's Prime. I mean, they can get pretty.
Yeah, it's adult animation, heavy on the adult.
I mean,
I could use a little side boob, no pressure.
Hey, oh. You know, maybe later episodes once they're out of high school, you know, and everyone's legal, you know. But yeah, I mean, well mom.
Babes, clearly you've never watched real anime. Anyway, if you know, you know.
Oh my. Prime that one, no trouble. But again, is that the mom's alcoholism? I mean, can that play with like a different audience too? Because it's almost like a Lifetime movie. Oh, the mother's an alcoholic, and
exactly.
Maybe
again, we don't really. And this is he's just following the trope. Like really, the women characters in the story, they don't matter.
Yeah.
I mean, outside of maybe Adam Eve, even to a point, to that extent, she kind of doesn't matter to a point. Like when we see in the alternate universe, he paralyzes her and keeps her as a pet. Like, holy crap! That messed me up.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know, and I don't know that's just meta commentary from the comics that he read as a kid. The women actually didn't matter; they were very disposable, or fridged, if you will.
I mean, what is that? Just also Kirkman playing with our Mark. The Mark we know is so special because in every other universe he's gone bad with his father,
or is it foreshadowing? Maybe that's the whole twist of the show is that he does go bad at the end of it.
Yeah.
The whole time we've been watching a villain origin story.
Yeah.
I would like that twist. Just saying.
Yeah, we know you're a fan of the villain origin, Love Hellfire.
Just saying. I think that at the end of the day would be the coolest twist ever to an adaptation. It's like you're not that'd be the most unexpected thing. I think it's like, well, he joins his dad and they do freaking, and they're like, we told you in season 2, stupid.
Or do you think, they didn't do this in the book, but could they do the twist where it's like the thing that brings Nolan around is like, the alcoholism does kill the mother, and it's
ooh,
and that's what brings Nolan around there. It's just like, what did I do? I killed a couple hundred people or 1,000 people. So what? I killed my wife.
Yeah, it's like me. Like I could cuss somebody out, but if I accidentally step on my dog's foot, like I'm in tears. Like, oh, I'm so sorry, baby. I didn't mean it. Give mama hugsies.
Meanwhile, she's castrating men on dates. But
exactly.
Her dog stubs its toe. Oh, baby.
So now I could see that totally.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, it's just interesting. Like I said, I think that the oh god, I was about to say the Guardians of the Galaxy.
The Global Guardians, yeah.
Oh, it's so close. It's so close.
I know.
Yeah, like I like to see that they got put back together. That's pretty cool. They don't trust him and they shouldn't.
Oh yeah. Oh my, and I know he's
fighting in robot though now. That's so weird.
Oh, robot, yeah.
Yeah, I was just like, that's a choice.
Well, he actually got a working body.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't really care about the Global Guardians, to be honest. They're all cannon fodder. And Immortal Man, it's just like, shut up.
Yeah, I mean, I think that character is supposed to piss you off, but yeah.
Yeah, and he does a good job at it. Bravo, sir. Bravo.
But again, I mean, he has.
It's giving Guy Gardner, honestly.
Yeah, but again, he has a point. It's like, how many years did everyone trust Omni Man? And it's like, okay, so we're just supposed to.
He didn't even have to tell him that, though. They just been like, he didn't have to tell his mom that whole thing. Like, God damn, Mark, read the room, brother. My brother in Christ, you're scaring the hoes. Come on.
That was funny when Olga shows up though. She's like, "Oh, I saw you with the knife. I thought you were going to." She's like, "Nah, no. I'd poison you after they eat dinner. No, I would have poisoned you."
Relatable content for me. Yeah, it's such great dialogue too. Like I don't know. Like I just feel bad for everybody. Like just like knowing what's over their head. Like, ugh.
Oh, yeah, that's the other one I don't think we complimented yet. Sandra Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, just in case that Grey's money dries up, she's got this too. Which I think it's been on almost as long as The Simpsons at this point.
Yeah, isn't the character the show's named after not there anymore or something? I don't know. I don't watch it, but...
I don't either. I don't know.
I don't know. I think I swear.
I only know about the mean lady that got fired. The fact that it's still on and still on Thursdays is the only thing left from, thank God it's Thursdays for ABC lineup.
It's like Law and Order.
I know Jeffrey D. Morgan left Supernatural to be on that show, to be a ghost. I know that. That's the most that I know about Grey's Anatomy.
I think from what I hear, I think it's like Law and Order. It's like it's been on so long. There's like
it's giving ER. Honestly, it's like when are you guys gonna go away?
Either none of the original cast is left, or only one is left, like Sam Waterston on Law and Order. It's like... Sam Waterston, man, he's the Mariska Hargitay of that show, man. He's not letting that thing go.
I wouldn't either.
No, I mean at this point, yeah, when he's the DA
after Jerry Orbach, rest in peace. Like, yeah, he's the OG.
Well, Sam Waterston, I don't think he has to do as much work now. And now he just walks in, tells the guy make the deal or whatever, and just walks out.
It's good work if you can get it.
Yeah. You want to sit at the desk? Okay, I'll sit at the desk the whole episode. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm so excited for this season. It is a bummer that I have to wait week to week, but it's good for me. It's good for me. Like I miss theory crafting and actually having to think about a show instead of just brainlessly watching it and forgetting about it as soon as I turn it off.
And again, we're only getting the first 4 episodes right now, so that's still only like a month.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, a month, and then we're gonna have to wait again.
Did they say they only said 2024, right? They didn't actually give a month and an actual definitive date.
I don't think they've.
I would say June probably would be my best guess.
Oh, summer, yeah, that'd be good because there might not be as much on. And
yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, because I know.
But so much got canceled on Prime that I'm surprised that they pulled this like a lot of the shows that people were in, like the what do they call it, the prestige high concept sci-fi stuff, like Peripheral. Like they canceled so much, and like I'm pretty sure I'm a Virgo didn't get a season 2, so it's like, what do y'all even have on there anymore? Like I couldn't tell you what, and besides the movies, I couldn't tell you what TV shows are on Prime. I think that Hobbit show, Wheel of Time got canceled too, so I think the Hobbit show got canceled too, so I don't know.
What's you see on Disney Plus? Do you see Willow got that got not only did they say that no season 2, but they ripped season 1 off of there. It's like,
oh, they got to make room for Doctor Who.
Oh, okay.
That when I saw that, it started all making sense about the moves that they were making.
Wow.
And the fact that they're making it season 1, 2, like as a hooligan, like yeah, I'm a little annoyed about that whole thing.
So, I've never watched Doctor Who. Is this my time to start jumping in the rabbit hole there? Then,
I always would encourage people to watch Doctor Who. But like, it's so hard to like, honestly, and I'm gonna be real. Even though I started with like, Christopher Eccleston's number 9, technically 8, but it was only a special. I like classic Who more than I like the new stuff personally, and it's just so hard to find and to get into. Like, it is.
Yeah.
It's a slog. I'm not gonna lie, but I find the concepts a little more interesting, and that the fact that it started out as a family show and about science and stuff, like, it's just really wholesome. And then it kind of, like I said, like, New Who is cool, but like I don't know about this new. I don't know about the Disney era of Doctor Who. Like, I am so skeptical. But I would start with the anniversary special, which is like always a big deal, and I think people still probably even like live tweet and stuff about, well, whatever the hell they call it now, live post. I don't know.
But yeah,
I mean, give it a chance. You might like it.
Yeah,
it's very British. I will say it's very British.
I figured. Did they say when that's starting on Disney Plus?
It's coming. They haven't actually gave the definitive date yet. I know it's like sometime. It's probably going to be the middle of March. Yeah, it's definitely 2024. I'm thinking March. They haven't given us a definitive date yet. At least I didn't see.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's just like, oh. Yeah, I would never discourage somebody from watching Doctor Who. It doesn't matter where you get in, but like, it's 60 years. I mean, they did have a long break and everything, but, you know, it's still 60 years of, like, things, and that can be daunting to some people.
Well, yeah.
But I think the point of Disney taking it over and making it season 1 is for anybody to jump in, get interested, and then if you're interested in the backlog, it's there. But the last 3 seasons have been controversial, to say the least. So.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And the new Doctor is a black guy. It's not Idris Elba, but whatever.
When you don't want to pay Idris Elba money.
So it's just like, I'm not too familiar with the actor, but I think that it's interesting, the actors that they chose, and that they're basically, it feels like they're gonna reset the whole thing to bring in a new audience, a Disney audience. So I'm, like I said, I'm very hesitant, but if that means that they're bringing in a Disney audience, I think they want it to go back to being more family orientated. So, which is like the whole purpose of it, and maybe they'll go back to the whole science thing too. So fingers crossed. Because God knows this freaking generation needs their education, because they ain't getting it in the public schools. So,
did you say did you say you wanted to watch that Rick and Michonne Walking Dead series?
Is that out already?
No, it's coming out, I think, at the end of February.
Oh, we never did Negan, did we?
No. Oh, do we want to do that? We have a slot on the schedule.
Yeah, let's do Negan, and then we can do Rick and Michonne whenever that comes out too.
Yeah, that's the end of February, I think. Yeah.
Cool. So, you got it, dude.
All right. So yeah, all right.
Sold to the man in glasses.
So yeah, so our schedule.
If you're not watching Invincible, please watch it, and then I highly encourage you to wait for the show to be over. I don't know how many seasons this is gonna go for, but if it's Amazon's track record, I'd say probably 4 seasons. They already got renewed for a 3rd, so they might go 5, but they can't do too much. Like, just not Amazon's thing. They don't believe in like long-term TV shows.
I mean, between like the pace that they're going with, and the stuff that came in the books, and if they're only doing like 8 episodes a season, I mean, you get kind of pretty many seasons.
I know, but that's just not Amazon's style.
I know.
It's just not. Like, it's gonna come a point, unfortunately. That's just the track record of Amazon. Like, I don't think they've had a show go past like. Wait, how long did Bosch go? I think Bosch was their longest show, and that was back in the day, though, when they were really spending money.
Well, that's what I'm afraid of. They're not going to get to the the last issue of Invincible, so we're going to get stuck.
Yeah, it went for 7 years, so at most we'll get 7 seasons of 8 episodes, and maybe a couple more specials. Hopefully, I thought that like we scroll up or scroll down, whatever. We did the Adam Eve special.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that would be cool to do different characters and stuff.
Oh yeah.
So.
Well, who else would you want to see?
Anybody. Rex. We could do we could do anybody from the Global Guardians.
I mean, I'd be here. I'd be here for an Adam Eve regular, ongoing series, not just like a special.
I don't know. Like, this is the thing. Like, when something's so good, then you try to go back to that well. I've learned this from The Simpsons.
Yeah.
I'll like let it just be a special. That way it stays special. Duh.
And again, I mean, I rail against them half the time, but it's like, what if, could it work if they did an Omni-Man prequel?
Yes. Oh my God. A prequel tropes, babes?
Show him coming to Earth and then, basically
setting up his life, falling in love with his pet. Yeah.
And basically show him.
Because come on, let's be real. No offense to my married people with kids. Kids ruin a relationship. Clearly, Mark ruined the relationship when he showed up, when he was born, because he has that. Like, we saw that, right? So, I would love to see what it was like before he had his kid.
I just think about it, Lilith. Like, he's there, putting on the whole, Superman public face. Meanwhile, he's, like, killing guys behind the scenes and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love a prequel for that.
And again, that's more J.K. Simmons. Come on.
So, somewhere, somehow, J.K. Simmons just woke up with the hair. Yes, shekels. I want shekels.
Yeah, because he's not making enough.
You can never listen, especially we've learned now, especially as an actor, you can never have enough. You never know when crazy stuff happens, especially with this AI and nobody wants to. Like, everybody talks about how nobody wants to work anymore. Employers don't want to pay anybody a living wage anymore. How about we talk about that? You're welcome, Noel. That's my mini socialist rant. Actually, that's just being a goddamn decent human being rant. But corporations don't know how to do that. Support your local unions, kids.
Well, again, that's the thing. I mean, I'm always yelling about it. It's like, it doesn't matter what industry you're in. Companies, I mean, they get to a point where they're doing good and they're like, I think we could do this with less, either less employees or,
less safety regulate. Let's hire children. Remember that story where those factories had children? Like literal 11-year-olds who should be in school working. I don't know how this happened. We thought they were little people. Like, what the hell, bro? Come on.
You know what? That's what we should do next year.
This isn't Sri Lanka. Like, what the hell?
We should do an episode next year where we see how many rants we can fit into one episode.
Oh, yeah, the rant off.
Rantapalooza.
Oh, I'm sure at the beginning of the year, there'll be enough for me to rant about. Send in your topics, kids.
Rantapalooza. I don't think Noel's wrist is ready for that.
My wrist is ready for that. Yeah, we definitely should have a Rantapalooza. I think that would be fun.
Hell no. No, you're free to join us. Oh my God.
Okay, I just came up with November's Patreon. Remind me after the end. Let me write this down.
Okay.
So yeah, I highly recommend this. If you don't care about spoilers or possible spoilers, definitely recommend the comic books. I love the comic books so much. It was such a breath of fresh air when it came out. I think it's still a breath of fresh air.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And I like that it's completed. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah.
Like, I'm so sick. I'm so sick of reading the ongoings at this point that I've been reading my whole life. Like, I'm just so over it. It's like, it's so nice to have a closure and to be able to go back to something and read it in full. Like,
yeah, and there's a definitive ending. Yeah.
Yeah, like, so refreshing. Same thing with Walking Dead, although I wanted that to go on a little bit longer, but
the comic, yeah. I mean, Kirkman ends it when he ends it, because I mean,
it was just a random number. We're like, wait, what?
Yeah, no, because I mean, he does not drag it out, because it was like 193 or something.
Yeah,
it's like other people.
They were pissed. They're like, bro, you can't do like 7 one-shots, nothing. And he's like, I'm done.
You can't drag that to 200. It's like, no.
That was the most shocking thing I'd seen in a while. No, it's almost like when Spawn sold better than the big two. You're like, what the hell is going on? Stay tuned for Spawn 350 special.
You knew McFarlane was like, yo, yeah, we're getting to 300. We're, McFarlane, he's going to be, McFarlane's plotting 500 probably.
1,000 even. Wait, will I be alive when that happens? Probably not.
Oh God! Will he be alive at that point? He's gonna be like, "Oh, we're gonna start putting."
He's Canadian. Canadians live forever.
Maple syrup and good manners, man. That's what keeps you.
Exactly. I mean, they literally drink it from the maple syrup from the tap. You can't get fresher than that. Have you ever seen? Google that on YouTube. It's hilarious. Honestly.
I know. I've never seen that. Todd McFarlane, please, we want to talk to you.
Let me pick your brain.
Or hell, Robert Kirkman, we want to talk to you. Both.
Oh yeah, I'd love to talk to Kirkman.
Oh yeah. It sounds.
I would talk Marvel Zombies like an asshole, but
there's so much, even just with Invincible and Walking Dead, and
Yeah, Walking Dead. It's so many things that I think I have probably written down somewhere. When I was reading it, I was just like, "This is okay. That's an interesting choice." And I don't mean that like sarcastically. I'm just like, "Oh, I wonder what made him think of that."
Come on, Robert Kirkman. I know you're a comics fan. Come on, you'll have a good time, and come on.
I promise I won't ask about Marvel Zombies. It was a joke.
I'm sure he probably won't care. Come on.
No, I heard somewhere that he doesn't actually like to talk about that.
Oh, really? Okay.
I don't know why, but I guess he doesn't want to be known as a zombie guy, probably.
Or that, or it's just like, Marvel just took that and beat it into the ground.
Oh, yeah, that's probably what it is. Yeah.
It's like it was a fun one and done thing. That's what these companies don't get, I think, with like comics and movies and everything. It's like some things are just so good because it's like it's a one
Secret Wars,
it's a
Clone Wars.
It's a one shot thing, It's
ending your universe and starting over. It should be a one time thing.
It's so good because it's something that it's so unique that it should only be done.
One symbiote, yes.
Yeah, but no, they don't. They're like, oh, that sold well. Let's do 50 of that.
Yeah.
There's my rant. All right. Anything else, kid?
Not at all, kiddo. We can wrap it up.
All right. Well, next episode will be our Thanksgiving episode, Little Hellfire, where we talk all of our favorite Thanksgiving food, and of course, to honor Mr. Matthew Perry, who we just lost not too long ago. Yes, we're going to do a Friends episode. I believe. What is it? What did I say? Season 5, episode 8.
That's the football episode, right?
No. It's like there's like a flashback in there, but it's the one with Monica as the turkey on her head. I'm sure you.
Oh, okay.
That. Yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't go for the one with the football. Where they play football.
I almost did that or the Brad Pitt one.
The Brad Pitt one everybody expects. You know what I mean? Maybe next year.
Yeah. Again.
So you think you're Brad Pitt? That don't impress me much, especially since he doesn't shower. So.
Ugh.
What? He said it, and Angelina Jolie said it too. So.
I know. It's just nasty. Who do you think he is? Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis?
Shockingly, a lot of your favorite celebrities are dirty people, and I'll leave it at that.
All right. So yes, next week will be Thanksgiving, and and then the last episode of November, we're going to cover that newest South Park special. So,
speaking of multiverses, sure, I don't want to switch it around.
I mean, I don't care if you can come up with something.
No, I'm kidding. I don't want to talk about that right now. I'm still processing.
All right,
Matt and Trey are getting old. That's all I can say.
All our heroes are getting old. All right, kids. So, yes, send us your thoughts on the inevitability of old age and death. Email us, CapesandLunatics saltyandpetty69@gmail.com. That's saltyandpetty69.
Come on, bro. 41 episodes and you're still making this rookie mistake? Who are you, Lilith Hellfire or full stream ahead?
It's like, come on, I have this tattooed on my ass. saltyandpetty69@gmail.com. So. That's what I need. I need like email name. The email address is tattooed on me. saltyandpetty69@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737 at 614-38 Capes.
I'm gonna get myself a hoodie with it in the sleeves.
Oh please, you're gonna. There's a birthday present. Get you one of those custom jerseys.
I have one and it means everything. Don't be like the comic book people and make it not special.
I know, thank you. I was gonna say 69 and petty on the back, but all right. Find everything Capes and Lunatics, episodes, social media, merchandise, the Patreon, where it sounds like Lilith Hellfire has something cooking for November. So find everything all in one place. That's tubespace.io/Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network. That's tubespace.io/Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network. All right, everyone's favorite drunk, high internet granny, Lilith Hellfire. Where can people find you?
if you nerds want to hang out with me on the interwebs, you can find me on Facebook, friend me, Lilith Hellfire. Or you can find me on Threads and Instagram at your favorite internet granny. That's GRANNIE.
Either do the 6 or do the 9. Try to donkey punch me now, bitch. Somebody's muffin's getting buttered. That ain't my business.
Oh my god! Can I suggest a brand change for you? Instead of your favorite internet granny, how about your medical marijuana Mima?
Don't put that out there. You know, my NSA agent wouldn't like that very much.
Satire and parody. She's playing a character.
Things in common, you know, cannabis and comics and other things.
Cock-a-doodle-doo. She's not even pretending it's champagne anymore, kid.
Caviar, champagne, cigarettes. I don't know.
Power of the penis is strong with this one, kids. All right, kids, come back next time. Again, send us your thoughts on your favorite Thanksgiving food and your thoughts on Matthew Perry, who we just lost recently. So, or just say, or as you're sitting around the Thanksgiving Day table, send us your rants, Noel. be Frank Costanza at Festivus and send us your rants. All right, kids, come back next time.
One year we'll get around to doing the Festivus episode with the team.
Oh, yes.